me now in our Fox Business panel, Rob Morgan. He's Chief Investment Officer for Sethi Financial Group, along with David Silverstein. He's CEO of Breakthrough Management Group International. David, we're hoping for a breakthrough, certainly, but we have to wait till Sunday and the referendum. You know, I think Adam just articulated it really well. People are going to come down to one simple thing. Do I have enough cash to actually pay for food? And will that then force a yes vote? Let's stay in the euro, let's take our medicine and deal with this austerity on Sunday.
That's right. Well, this has become basically a multi-party chess game, and trying to predict what anybody is going to do right now means thinking that they haven't already thought 2 or 3 moves ahead. So right now, you've got the politicians, the bankers trying to figure out what each other's going to do. But there's this third party. It's the people. The vote has been there. So making any kind of predictions right now is getting really, really difficult.
Rob, you want to take a crack at it? I know it is tough, but there does seem to be really only one logical answer, unless the Russians swoop in with that last-second magnanimous, oh, here's a loan from us. That could be disaster, too.
Well, Liz, I think we've still got to manage money for our clients, and what we're doing is looking at the worst case scenario. What if Greece does get booted out of the Eurozone? I think really this can be contained for a number of reasons, and I can certainly dive into those right now if you'd like.
Well, give us one. Give us the main one. How does it get contained? With a yes vote?
No. I'm assuming the worst case scenario. I'm assuming they get booted out. Mm-hmm. I think, the ECB QE program broadly is going to give liquidity, but specifically in this case, you've got an EU rescue fund that's been set up in the last 5 years to assist Spain, Portugal, and Italy with their rising borrowing costs that they're invariably seeing right now. You also have the fact, and Liz, you mentioned in an earlier block that Ireland is growing so well. Well, Spain, Portugal, and Italy are also growing quite well. And then finally, in this 5-year period where we've seen this Greek tragedy recur over and over again, European banks have cut their exposure to Greek debt from $200 billion to $35 billion. So I think obviously on Monday we saw a 300-point decline in the Dow. Will we see some rockiness from this? Yes, but I think it can be contained.
David, what's your thought as we move forward through all of this? Let's just say that it comes to pass that Greece just doesn't make it and they get out of the Eurozone. Does the rest of the Eurozone survive?
Well, I think that's really the question. But what does it mean to get out of the Eurozone? Greece then needs another currency. And even that is an open-ended question. Everybody thinks it's going to be the drachma. There's nothing that says Greece can't stay on the euro. There's plenty of countries that trade the euro, use the euro as their currency, that are not in the Eurozone. And then there's the extreme circumstances that we're not even thinking about. If Europe were to cut off Greece's ability to play in international commerce, do they start transacting in Chinese RMB because they need something that is going to work? So even starting to predict what that future currency is going to be, but there is no legal means right now for even kicking Greece out of the euro. So everybody thinks that there's going to be a decision made on Monday. Regardless of what the vote says, we are not going to have an ultimate outcome on Monday.
I don't know how it's not legal if you don't pay your bill and you don't pay your debt, you're out. But we'll see. We'll see. I hear what you're saying, David. David, Rob, thank you very much for weighing in.